demon in your life, a devil even. And they could even be in your family. They could be one of your friends. They could be somebody you hang out with regularly. And you know who they are? They're the person who's secretly jealous of you. Get in here, get in here, get in here. We'll have a conversation while I finish my ice cream about jealousy and about how you should never tolerate jealousy from anyone in your life. You should never tolerate jealousy under any circumstance. Get in here. Click like and click share, repost, whatever. Let me know who you are. Let me know where you're watching from. And let's have this conversation. Okay? The people who have harmed me the most in my life, so I'll start with myself, were always people who are jealous of me. People who are envious of me. And it even happened in times where I didn't have nothing. I didn't have nothing. I'm like, why are you jealous of me? If they perceive you got more than them, hey, it invite to them. And I want to share with you some of the signs of jealousy that I may have missed that I think can help you. Because ultimately, I want to help you to live your best life and not have any part of your life affected or derailed by a jealous person. I mixed ice cream together. It is bubblegum ice cream with something called red fruit ice cream. It's good. Okay? One of the first signs that someone's jealous of you, it's very easy to identify. The person acts envious. And some of y'all ignore this. But the truth of the matter is, it's right in your face, right? You hang out with girls, and when I say girls, I'm talking about guys too. It's not just, I just use that as a term. But you hanging out with these girls, where truth of the matter is, you the most popular girl in the classroom. And what I mean by that is this. Look at the group. Girl, you already know you the shining star of that group. That's a quick way to invite in jealousy. You have to understand that in your friends group, you never want to be the brightest star. You never want to be the most successful person. You never want to be the brightest bulb. You never want to be the one who gets all the attention. If you go out with your homegirls and you the one where all the guys are looking at you, do not hang out with those girls. Because I'm going to say this right now. When people feel inferiority, that is the seedlings of jealousy, right? So you got to pay attention to that, okay? You got to work on your self-esteem if you find yourself always with girls who frankly just ain't got it like you. Why are you hanging with them? To me, one of the safest spaces is hanging with people who are always at your level or doing better. I would rather be the least successful one, the least pretty one, the least of everything in the room than be the most of everything in the room. I'd rather be the ugliest one on the block than be the prettiest one on the block. Now, somebody came in here and immediately she said, terrible advice. Don't let anyone dim your light. Well, darling, I need you to improve your effective listening skills. I never told you to dim your light. What I told you was be around people where your light can shine brighter. You see what I'm saying? If you are professionally excelling, if you are emotionally healthy, if you are aesthetically a very beautiful person, if you have all these things going for you, why would you hang out with people who are very unsuccessful professionally? Why would you hang out with people who emotionally are not in good places where they always got drama going on in their life, but your stuff is peaceful? Why would you want to hang out with people who don't take care of themselves in the same way you take care of yourself? You think that's terrible advice? This is not the best channel for you, so move along, boo. What I'm telling you is this. Find your equals or move on. Find your equals or move on. So I'm going to tell you this right now from my own experience, and those who know. Right? The people who will try to harm you the most, who will sabotage you the most, who will tell your business, who will do anything to hurt you or harm you in your face and especially behind your back are always the people who feel like they got less than you. Always. And that's not to say that everyone who feels like they got less than you will do it, but you will never have someone be jealous of you who have more than you. Ever. If anything, the girls who got more than you going to try to help you rise up too. The people who I know who are the biggest gatekeepers of information, they don't want to tell you nothing. They don't want to help you. That's how they are. It's always the girls who ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing and they got a little piece of it, so now they want to gatekeep it. But the ones who are successful, my most successful friends, I'm talking about people who got money. You know what I'm saying? People who got body for days. They are successful in whatever way that they successful in. Those people will tell you anything. You're like, girl, your body looks amazing. How do you get like that? Oh, all you do is this, that, and the other. In fact, let me text you my workout routine. You're like, oh my God, you know, how'd you get your business to be successful? It's like, oh girl, all you gotta do is blah, 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 blah. They share everything with you. And so I think that's another way to identify is someone jealous or envious of you. Do they gatekeep information from you? Remember, a jealous person is an insecure person, and they never want you to outperform them. Right? A jealous person never wants you to outperform them. Ever. And so they're going to gatekeep information from you. This is my favorite part of ice cream. When it melts down, you get those little last spoonfuls. Right? If you're dealing with somebody who's a gatekeeper, don't deal with them. You know another sign that a girl is jealous of you? She really don't give you invites like that. She give you shit last minute. Real last minute. Right? Oh, girl, yeah, come to this. She didn't want you to come. She told you last minute because she knew you'd hear about it, and she didn't want to look like she was trying to invite you. A jealous girl don't want you in the same room as her because she don't want nobody in the room with her who could outshine her. Stay away from those kind of people. Another sign of a jealous person is that they convey that they're jealous of other people when talking to you. So they may not say, I'm jealous, because jealous people never say that they're jealous. What they'll do is they throw shade at other girls. If she's throwing shade at other girls, then she's throwing shade at you behind your back too. I don't know why y'all think y'all immune to this. Like you think that somehow or another that she gonna do all this stuff to other girls, but you gonna be the one girl she don't throw shade at. Really? Right? You said, can a guy be that way towards the female because you just described my male roommate? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm saying girl, but this could apply to guys. Baby, your boyfriend could be jealous of you. This is not a female thing. I'm talking to men, I'm talking to women, and I'm talking about men, and I'm talking about women. This is not a gender-specific situation. Absolutely, men can be jealous of you. Men can be jealous of each other. They just show it in different ways. Some of the ways that men show jealousy is they give little backhanded jokes. They try to do it in a joking way. I've seen men do that with each other. I'm like, baby, your homeboy is really jealous of you. Nah, he just playing. He just tell jokes like that. Nah. When people try to hit below the belt with their jokes, that's typically a sign of jealousy because they're trying to lower your self-esteem down. That's not your boo. That's not your friend. That's not your friend, baby. That's an op. And the only reason why he want to be close to you is so he can track your progress. Right? He's a monitoring spirit. So he wants to track your progress so he can always see how to get ahead of you or to see if you've caught up to him or for that matter, see where to sabotage. Y'all be letting people keep access to you. And I'm telling you this right now. They don't know what to attack if they don't have access to it. If you have an inkling of a notion in your mind that somebody is jealous of you, get them away from you. Get them away from you. Get them away from you. Don't tell them nothing. Let me tell you a way that some of these jealous girls will try to get your business. They try to act like they care about you, okay? They try to act like they care about you. How's your heart doing? What's happening in your life? Give me an update on so-and-so. They don't need no update on you. If they're not close enough to know the information in real time, then they don't need the information. Because the reality is this, they don't really care about what's happening in your life. What they want to know is what to attack. What they want to know is what to some people believe in spells and negative prayers. What to cast negativity over. Right? That's what they want to know. Let me see if I can plug my phone in over here. Hold on. That's what they want to know. Because it's going to go out if I don't plug it in. Let me plug it in right here. We're going to see if we can do this right here. Okay? Well, let me see if we can do this. Oh, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to move to the chair over here. And that's what's going to make that work. Hold on. That's what's going to make that work. But that's what they want to know. Those girls are like, oh, girl, let's catch up. Now, let me be clear. We all have those friends in our life where we may not talk to them all the time. So sometimes there is a good catch-up moment. right? But that's your good, sincere Judy, where you catch up with them about this, that, and the third. Yeah, girl, I know we haven't talked in a month or two, a week or two. Let's catch up. But pay attention to those girls. They really are not your close friend in the grand scheme of things. When you really think about, this is not your close friend. It's not your close friend. This is somebody who is an acquaintance at best, but they always want to know information that goes beyond the realm of what an acquaintance should know. That could be a jealous girl. That could be a girl who's trying to sabotage you. Right? Because I have people in my life who they're my acquaintance. We get along, we cool. There's certain types of information I'm not going to ask about from you. Because it's not my right to know that. So I'm not going to ask. So pay attention to the girls who want to seem to know a little bit more information than what they're entitled to. That's the girl who's looking for something to attack. She's looking for something to talk about. She's looking for something to gossip about. Let me tell you this, my stance on this. I keep my mouth closed about everything. I keep my mouth closed about everything. And let me tell you how you stay as a private person. This is a real trick. I'm going to teach you, and it works very well. I'm going to teach you 2 ways to protect yourself against demonic, jealous spirits, okay? First of all, if you are in community, first of all, the key to this, your privacy, is never letting people know that you're being too private, not in the moment. Right? Because they dig deeper and they dig harder, and it can be very uncomfortable. So the key is to share enough information with people that they feel like they really getting something, but they really getting nothing. They're getting inconsequential information. That way people don't be like, oh, she's so closed off, she's so guarded, she don't trust nobody, oh, she's shady, she just, baby. The best way to get a snake out of your garden is to lure them out with bait. You don't go around looking to chop their head off, baby. That's not going to get the snake out your garden. The easiest way to lure them out with bait. And what they say, you can attract more bees with honey than with vinegar. You see where I'm going with that? Exactly. So you tell them just enough information where they feel like they're getting everything. You sitting with them in a group or whatever, like, girl, what's going on? You be like, oh, well, honey, I can tell you everything. In fact, y'all don't tell nobody this, but blah, blah. Make them feel like they're getting tea. Girl, but here's the other piece of it. This only if you got to deal with that person, right? Like, let's say it's a family member or somebody who's in a social group where you got to kind of be around them because maybe you like the other people in that group, but you don't like them, but you can't not have this person around because, you see what I'm saying? You talk just enough to make them feel like they included, but don't be telling them nothing. Another thing is this, and I know some of y'all go to church on Sunday, so you may not want to hear this, girl, but for the rest of you girls, I'm going to give you some piece of advice that applies to the rest of us. Lie to them. Lie through your teeth to them. Tell them. This is especially true when you're dealing with somebody one-on-one and you're trying to figure out, are they jealous or they gossip? When you give them information, tell them information in a way where there are key facts that are off, that if they were to spread this information, it would have no negative effect on you. But if they spread it, you would know who spread it. That's one of the best things to do. It's bait. It's the easiest way to find a rat. Who's the rat? You see what I'm saying? Tell them like something that's like 60% truth, 40% lie. Absolute. Because here's what's going to happen. If they go trying to be jealous and trying to sabotage you, not tell them where to point, they don't know where to point their weapon to sabotage you. That's number one, right? Number 2, someone said, give me an example. Okay, let's say you want to buy a house. Let's say you and your husband, you and your whoever, just you by yourself, you're going to buy a house. And he's on that jealous girl. Oh, girl, what you going to do? What you going to do? Oh, well, we trying to figure it out now. I'm not sure. Well, where you going? I heard you was going to buy a house. I'm not sure. We're thinking about it. But what area you looking in? Make up a different city. A completely different city. So, yeah, you're going to buy a house. That's not a secret, right? But give a completely different city. That way you can see who's spreading information. Right? Or for that matter, on the flip side, because sometimes you got to deal with these people, but you're trying to figure out who is that person that's in your life that's the sabotager. Give them fake information. Right? Or another thing you can do is just not tell them anything. I'm at the stage of my evolution because I used to be a people pleaser. So I used to tell people whatever they would ask in some ways, and I felt bad about not sharing. Sometimes we overshare as a trauma response. And I definitely did that. But I've learned at this point in my life, I don't do this. I'm at a very advanced stage where you can't get really anything out of me. You cannot get anything out of me unless I want to. So I'm at a stage where I'm very comfortable just saying, girl, I don't talk about that. I'll just say that. I say I don't talk about that. And so people who know, right? So that's another way I deal with them. But I want to move forward with identifying how do you find out who the jealous spirit is and how do you deal with the jealous spirits in your life. Another thing that you have to keep in mind with dealing with the jealous spirits that's in your life, and I call them spirits because these are demonic spirits in human form. They're demonic spirits. They're not hurt. They're not traumatized. They are people who, should not be walking the face of the earth with you, in my opinion. But unfortunately, we got all kinds on this earth, and you got to deal with it. I'm just being real with you. You get old enough, baby, you don't have no filter. You see what I'm saying? It just is what it is. And so another piece of it is this. When you feel the instinct in your body, when you feel the instinct in your soul, call it discernment, call it instinct, call it a sixth sense, whatever you want to call it. Call it the Holy Spirit. Call it whatever resonates for you. The name is not important. The feeling is. When you get that feeling that they jealous, never, ever, 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 ever ask them, are they jealous, or try to call them out for being jealous. Never, ever call them out for being jealous. That's like calling out a narcissist. You never call them out. Ever. Never, 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 never. I'm going to tell you why. Because people who are narcissistic, people who are jealous, and that's not one and the same. I'm not trying to lump them together. People can be jealous and not narcissistic and vice versa, right? But I'm just using these as examples. Very sick people, right? Because you got to be real sick to exist in either of those existences, right? First of all, they're going to deny it. Second of all, you're going to turn them into an enemy. Because one of the things that happens as soon as you call out somebody who's operating a certain kind of way and they feel seen is that they get worse. And then what they will then do is they will seek ways to attack you. Because if you know this about them, then who else are you going to tell this about them? The most demonic spirits, the most sick spirits, the most narcissistic spirits, the most jealous spirits. These are people where their kryptonite is anybody knowing these things about them. They don't want nobody to know. That's why the best recipe for dealing with these people is just cut them off. Silence chokes the relationship. And don't tell them why you ended it. Because what you're doing is you're telling them what to attack once you tell them. So you don't ever tell them, I think you're jealous, girl. Why are you acting jealous, blah, blah, blah. Don't ever say that. Because then what they're going to do is they're going to start spreading rumors that you're the jealous one. A narcissist will always, or a jealous person will always go out here, and the rumors that they spread about other people are always a direct projection on what they did to that person. Remember that. If a narcissist or a jealous person ever tells you that somebody else did something to them, it's always in reverse. That's what they did to the person. So that if the story gets back around, it sounds like you're the liar. Like, girl, no, I heard you did that to her. Remember that. Remember that. So I don't care who they are, how heated the argument is, how mad you are at them, how hurt you are by them. Do not call them back. Delete that text message to tell them about themselves. Girl, don't do it. Act like you don't know. Act stupid. Be silent. Even if somebody tell you, like, girl, you know someone's so jealous of you, don't ever admit it to them that you know. Right? Don't ever admit it to them, to the other person. Your friend be like, let's say your cousin be like, oh, child, you know someone's so jealous of you. Really? No, I don't think she is. She seems like such a nice person. Play dumb. Because what you don't want to be like is, oh my God, girl, yeah, I noticed that too. Then the person you admitting that to then runs back and tells somebody else and tells somebody else, or tells that person, they're like, yeah, you know so-and-so think you jealous of them. It's just as bad. You got to play the long game. Play the long game. Play the long game. I had no idea. They're such a wonderful person. I had no idea. And that's your best defense for if they try to talk crazy about you. Because the best defense is, you ever notice how, and I'm talking about high class celebrities, not no low brow, low vibration ones. I'm talking about like high class ones. You know what I'm saying? Ones who make their living based on a positive image, right? Have you ever noticed if there's ever a rumor or anything negative that comes out about them, they never go out and try to talk down about the person who spread the rumor? They will say, I think she's a wonderful person, and we spent so much great time together, and, you know, I was surprised to hear the news that the paper said about that, but even me, I don't believe she really said that. I think she's just amazing, and, you know, we evolve, and I would love to just see what the future holds. Why do they do that? Because they're going to look horrible if they say otherwise. You instantly make the other person look horrible when you don't feed into it. Right? So that's why, if you want to really push it, pray for them. Girl, somebody tell you, oh, so-and-so's jealous of you. That is so, I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all. I think she's a wonderful person. And if there is anything that would make you feel that way about her, let's just pray for her, because I don't think that that's the case at all. If anyone ever tells you that someone's jealous of you, don't admit it, that you know it. And if someone is jealous of you, never call it out. Ever in a million years. Do not call it out. Do not call it out. Do not call it out. The best way to deal with them is to cut off the relationship. And how you cut off the relationship is you go gray rock. This is an approach that we use when dealing with narcissistic people, but it can apply with any toxic person. You go gray rock. Where gray rock means that you don't necessarily just cut them off immediately and just don't answer their calls and block their numbers or whatever. You can do that if it's a person really is inconsequential to your daily experience. But what you can do instead, and this is very helpful for like if it's a family member or someone who you just have to deal with occasionally. Maybe it could even be the person who's the other parent of your child, right? Because some of y'all say, oh my God, my ex is like this, my husband, my whoever's like this, how do I deal with it? What you do is when they talk to you, just keep it very dry. You seem very uninteresting, right? Again, if they don't know what to attack, then they tend to just scurry away like the rats that they are to go find some other house to be an infestation with them. They're an infestation. They're predators. They need something to attack. That's how they're wired. So when they reach out to you and they're like, hey, what's going on, girl? Girl, I'm just doing the best I can, but how you doing? So how's your daughter? She all right, but yeah, how you doing? Keep turning back with them. And they be like, so what's going on with that issue you told me about a month ago? It's still going, but we'll figure it out when we get it there. Anyway, yeah, I'm just doing the best I can. I've been so tired. Be boring. Be dry. Be uninteresting. Right? That's what you got to do. Don't tell them nothing. Don't tell them nothing. Don't tell them nothing. Because what they're going to be like, oh, okay, cool. Well, hit me up later, girl. Okay. And they're like, when can we hang out? Oh, soon. I just been so busy and so tired. I blame busy. I blame tired. I blame work. Anything. Just blame anything. Because they're going to back off eventually. And what you do is you keep them from perceiving you as their enemy. Not that you're afraid of them. It's just, you got 24 hours in a day. We only got bustle on live. Why do you want to add new enemies to your life? So don't make them to your enemy. Just don't tell them anything. Right? Don't tell them anything. Girl, you just moved. Oh my God, that's such a beautiful new home. That's crazy. Oh my God. Like, what neighborhood did y'all move to? Because maybe it's a little post on Instagram. Oh girl, child, I lie. Just lie to them. Oh girl, no, we moved, but we're just figuring it out. I don't know. We just figuring it out. We just here for a little while. If you don't want to think you got it, you're like, oh girl, we doing the best we can, child. I hope we can afford it. Give them something to lie. They be like, oh child, she can't afford a house. Let me tell the world that. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Or don't tell them nothing. I'm at the point now where I'll leave somebody on red in a minute. I had people who would reach out to me where they be like, girl, because as y'all know, I don't talk a great deal about my personal life. If you're not in my personal life on a day-to-day basis to know what's happening, and why am I going to answer your question if you ask about it? It's not your business. My business is only the business of the people who are exposed to it. The people who don't have to ask. That's how I feel across the board, right? That's just me. But I would have people reach out to me who I'm not particularly close to, right? Who I'm not particularly close to. But who I know, maybe we hung out back in the day, we connect through whatever social media platform. Oh girl, where you at? I was looking at your page, I couldn't figure it out. Girl, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? Who your man? I read the message. I will leave it on red. I will leave it on red. You're asking information that you're not entitled to, therefore you're not entitled to a response. I'm not going to even give you an excuse. I'm not even going to talk around it. I'm not even going to make nothing up. I'm not telling you anything. Girl, you so quiet. Did you miss my last message? And then I respond back, oh, I'm sorry, boo. I've been so busy. Hope you blessed. Bye. I have been busy ignoring you. Right? I will never tell anyone my business who's not in my business, because I know how prevalent jealousy is, because I know the prevalence of demonic spirits that walk this earth. I've encountered them. Life, business. You get yourself a business, there's some demons who's going to come into your space. I ain't even a church going kind of gal, but I can tell you I believe that. You gonna attract some angels and some demons. And when I tell you this, baby, best lesson I ever learned was do not under any circumstance tell people more information they need to know. People ask, I've been in business meetings and straight up business meetings. And I remember I was in a meeting not that long ago, and this guy asked me some question that was more around like my personal life, something like that. Oh, so tell me, what you do this weekend, right? And it wasn't a very invasive question, to be quite honest, right? But my spidey sense was like, oh, he being nosy, right? And then so I was just like, I said, just, chilled out. And you? And he was like, oh yeah, but he told me all this stuff. He's like, but what about you? What do you mean you did? You don't ever share anything. I was like, you're right, I don't. So do we want to get to the agenda of the meeting? You have to get to the level where you don't even care about being perceived as rude or untrusting. Because the only people who think you're rude or untrusting are people who want to know your business who don't deserve it in the first place. Because the people who deserve to be in my business, deserve to be in my life, they get to know everything. So why they don't ever say that about me. So if you feel like I'm not sharing enough about myself, what you really need to check for yourself is why you think you should have access to that information. I don't feel bad about it. My people-pleasing ways went out the window when I saw how many demons walked the face of this earth. And I saw that because success drew that to me. Success drew a lot of amazing people around me. Some people who helped me in tremendous ways, personally, professionally, you name it. But it also drew a handful of people around me who, I'm like, I wish your mother would have never met your father. I think who cursed your mother to birth such a demon as you? My God, I could say the other thoughts that I have towards them, but I don't want to sound that bad online. I don't want you to know how I really think. It can get pretty dark. So anyway, I'm just saying, like, in terms, like, I really hate them. And so with that said, right, those experiences have taught me, girl, everybody was not raised like you. Everyone was not raised like you. Everyone was not raised like you. Stop thinking that everybody was raised like you, had the same moral fiber as you, went to the same church as you, that everyone has the same boundaries as you. And understand, there are some people who are so irretrievably broken that they will never be unbroken. And the only thing you can do is get them out of your life and get them out of your space so they can move on to someone else to terrorize. Because that's all they will do until we are so blessed to get the news that they have departed from this earth. They will continue to terrorize people. And I'm going to tell you who's number one at the top of that list. People who are jealous of you. People who will harm you the most or attempt to harm you the most are the people who are jealous of you. Because they're not just jealous of you. They're jealous of anyone that they come around who has more than them. Right? And they have a sick addiction to wanting to be connected to people who are jealous, that they're going to be jealous of. Jealous people are attracted to people who they perceive as having more than them. And then once they get around those people, then they turn jealous towards them. They're sick. They're sick. It's like someone who's allergic to a certain type of food, but they keep on eating it. They're making themselves sicker. Right? And so from that perspective, someone asks, does this apply to family? Absolutely applies to family. Have you noticed I'm not qualified to say what I'm suggesting do so everyone except so-and-so? I don't care if it's your grandmother. If that person acts jealous towards you, they're a demon towards you. It doesn't matter what your blood connection is to them. It doesn't matter what title they have in your life. Take away the title and examine the behavior. They're not your mother, your father, your sister, your cousin, your brother, your grandmother, your auntie, your uncle, your best friend from childhood. They are a grown man or a grown woman who is being jealous. They are a grown man or a grown woman who has the power to sabotage you. They are a grown man or a grown woman who has the power to hurt you. They are a grown man or a grown woman who does not see your value. They see you as something to attack. I love my hat. Thank you, darlings. So I ask you, if you took their title off of it and you examined them just by their behavior, if they were a person on the street treating you this way, would you still deal with them? Then why are you giving them passes just because they're your whatever? And don't even deal with them sparsely. Well, I'm going to just deal with them, deal with them at a distance. Deal with them with a, what do they say, with a what do you call them? Deal with the long, a broom with a long handle or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. How people say deal with them from a distance. From a distance ain't good enough. If they jealous, girl, bye. Don't answer their phone. Don't call them. And when they be like, girl, you don't hit me up no more. Like, that's where you lie. That's where you lie. Yeah, I just been so busy. I've been so busy, but I miss you, boo. I miss you, boo. We gonna catch up soon. No, we not. No, we not. And again, long handle spoon. That's what it's called, y'all. Y'all just as country as me. And so, but the reason why you tell them that is because you don't want to ignite them. Remember, they're jealous. They're looking for something to attack. Why start a war when they ain't gotta be one? Why start a war when they ain't gotta be one? What's going on with you, boo? Nothing, girl. Just living my life. But anyway, it's been so good talking to you for these 2 seconds that I accidentally answered the phone. Didn't realize you was calling me from another phone number. Anyway, yeah, but I gotta go. It's just been crazy around here. But we gonna catch up, girl. Yeah. We gonna do that cruise eventually that we talked about. I'm looking forward to it. Tell Tony and the kids I said hi. Tell Tony and the kids I said hi. Girl, let me say this. If I'm good at anything, honey, I can teach a class on it and I just might. Girl, I know how to fake it. And not faking it just to be fake, but faking it to protect my peace. Girl, if it will protect my peace, girl, I will fake it to the end of the earth. I don't care. I ain't got to be around you that much. Girl, what's going on with you? Girl, I've been good. I've been missing. Girl, I'm going to lie and say I missed you too. I've been missing you. What's going on with you? You been good? Girl, that's good. I'm just doing the best I can. Getting by with the Lord's Prayer, honey. Keep praying for me. Yeah, Tony's good. We're going to catch up. I got so much to share with you. Lie. I thought you going to tell him everything. I got so much to share with you. We're going to catch up. But let me do this. I'm going to call you soon. You still got the same phone number. You still got it. I'm going to call you soon. Girl, you ain't going to believe it. Anyway, I got to go. Oh, you look good. You smell good too. My God. Girl, thanks for reminding me you got the same phone number so I can know which one to fucking block. I don't give a fuck. Pardon me. I don't care. Girl, I don't care. I don't care. I'm saying if you got to see them. I'm not saying go out your way to talk to them, but I'm saying like somebody who you really don't want to deal with, but let's say you got to see them at church occasionally. Or let's say they in your family and you got to see them at a holiday situation or you see them walking down the street. I'm saying how I react in that circumstance. Because here's where a lot of y'all go wrong. Where y'all go wrong is that y'all will, you don't trust the girl for good reason. For good reason. You don't trust that guy for good reason. And so what you do is when you see them, you be like, and then they can go around with the narrative, oh, she was so rude to me. She was this, she was that. And if they with other people and those other people see you acting that way, then now you damaging your reputation because they may not know the backstory about why you act like that towards somebody. Shade is for low vibration girls who don't know how to regulate their emotions. We are kings and queens. Okay? And just like a king or queen could be in front of their biggest opponent, they could be in front of the person who wants to harm them the most. They still have to be very stately and dignified. You do the same thing. You do the same thing. You don't ever let nobody know what card's in your hand, baby. You don't ever let nobody say that. Know what's in your hand. Not even your doggone husband. He don't know what you thinking all the time. What if they ask about getting blocked? Well, girl, I use WhatsApp a lot, and I love this feature. There's a feature on there where you don't block them, you mute their notifications. And you can do that on most devices also, even on iPhones, Androids, all that kind of stuff. It may not be called mute, it may be a different one, where basically what you're doing is so that when they call you or text you, you don't even see their notifications. And then on WhatsApp, they sometimes have these locked folders where you can take their messages and put it in another folder where it's locked, so that not only are the notifications off, you don't even see them come in. That's what I do. I don't really block people like that. I just move them over there so they can still see the check marks like they stuff went through, but I don't ever see nothing. I see nothing. Nothing. They like, girl, I've been reaching out to you. Really, girl? Oh my God. I got so many unread messages. It's been crazy around here. I got to get back to so many people. But you've been good. You've been good. I didn't even expect to see you at the mall today. You look amazing, girl. We got to catch up. I got so much to share with you. I do. Anyway, I got to go. Girl, I would do that in a hot minute. A hot minute, girl. Girl, You won't even know I don't like. You won't even know I despise. You won't even know that I'm sitting up here meditating and praying that somehow or another you forget my name and forget that I exist. You won't even know that. You won't know that I literally spit every time I see your face in my mind. You don't even know that if there was an apocalypse and they was taking all the evil ones to hell, that I'm praying that you first in line. You wouldn't know it. You would never know. Because I was like, and people like, oh, MJ, that's so fake. Girl, I don't care. I don't care. I'm real with the ones who are really good to me. And for the ones who are not, girl, I do just enough to keep my peace and get away from them quickly. I just want to get away from them quickly. And conflict here's what you have to understand. When you're dealing with conflict people, when you're dealing with jealous people, when you're dealing with narcissist people, when you're dealing with dramatic people, when you're dealing with people who like to have drama, they feed on negativity. They feed on that. They like it. They love it, right? And so for me, the goal is to get that person away from you and keep them away from you. Your peace is the priority. Not I'm real. You really in a lot of conflict. You really in a lot of mess. You really are not experiencing peace. Right? You have weapons at your disposal, and your ability to emotionally regulate yourself, your ability to control the words that come out of your mouth, your ability to make people feel a certain way even though you really don't feel that way, is a gift that you need to sow into. You need to cultivate that ability. Because for some of y'all, it's the thing that's holding you back in your job. Your loose lips running your mouth and fussing or throwing shade back at people who really were dirty to you, right? But maybe you throwing shade back at them. You the one who's looking bad. And that's another thing that these jealous people will do. They will sabotage you, where they will do certain things to try to press your buttons, try to trigger you. They will say shady things, trying to act like they're being nice, they're being shady, so they can trigger a response in you. And they love to do that in text message, where they can screenshot, or do it in person where other people can see it, so that when you respond being, I'm real, let me react to you. When you react to them, then they can say, ooh, look at how she is. I've been telling y'all she's this way the whole time. And they make you look bad. Why are you going to let them set you up like that? When I tell you, don't ever share nothing with them, and be nice, be fake about it when you have to deal with them. I'm not trying to tell you how to be a fake person or how to be a liar. I'm not telling you that at all. What I'm telling you is that they're going to try to manipulate you. So if they're going to try to manipulate you, you better use your skills in reverse and make sure you protect yourself. Are you crazy? You real looking stupid. She says, I work at a law firm. Being silent has pushed me ahead. Exactly. Shut your mouth. Exactly. It's called self-preservation. Some of y'all saying, oh, that sound fake, that sound this. No, baby, you haven't learned to regulate your emotions yet. So you're saying that what I'm telling you feels too hard, feels too difficult. It's only hard or only difficult because you've not attuned your mind to use this part of your skill set. You have this skill set. You have it. And the key is this: to minimize interactions where you even have to use it. So I'm talking about when you have to use it. Only when you have to do this, when you have to be around them. The holiday seasons are here. And so some of y'all are going to want to be around certain family members, be around all this kind of stuff. But the reality is this: you go into your aunt's house and you can't tell them, don't bring my cousin, don't bring my this, don't bring them. You can't control that. So some of y'all have to be in situations where you have to deal with this person. Maybe it's the father of your children. Maybe it's the mother of your children. Maybe it's a parent. Maybe it's a whoever. I don't know. But you have to deal with these people under certain circumstances. Because not dealing with them means you cut off a lot of other stuff in your life that you don't want to cut off. So what I'm telling you is, if that's the circumstance, then this is one of the ways to deal with them that doesn't increase conflict, that doesn't invite in people to be able to say negative things about you. Now, of course, the ideal situation is just to not deal with them at all. That's me. That's me, honey. I'm the eccentric auntie who just be doing her own thing, honey. If I don't want to deal with you, I don't want to deal with you. I leave. I will leave in a hot minute. I would leave so fast. I will leave so fast. I was in a conversation the other day, and this person was acting real, just trashy, just real low vibration. Not being mean to me, but they're just acting real low vibration. It was affecting my energy. It was a group of us. And that person doing this, and I was just like listening to them talking. I was like, And it clicked in my mind, I'm not enjoying this no more. And we had all planned to go somewhere together. And I was like, I stopped and I was like, you know what? I gotta head out, y'all. And they were like, yes, it just occurred to me. I am so sorry, y'all. I need to manage my calendar a little bit better. But yes, anyway, it has been such a blessing to see y'all. It's really a blessing to see all of y'all. And the one who's acting real weird, I was like, and you too, baby. Such a blessing. Anyway, I'm gonna go. But I gotta go take care of this thing. But if y'all are still out later, I may hit y'all up and see where y'all at. That way I can reconnect. I'm sorry. You know how it is, honey. My mind be slipping. And went and got some ice cream and took myself home. I like ice cream. Right? I won't stick around with that stuff. I will leave anywhere, anytime. I will leave anywhere, anytime, any moment if it's something that really is affecting my spirit in a negative way. I don't want to be around it. So you could be like me. Because my allegiance is literally to my peace. I have no allegiance to any human being. I only have allegiance to my peace. I will never hurt, harm, or put anyone else in danger. I never will do that. Right? But I will always have allegiance to my peace. I will leave anything at any time. I will put you up my house. In fact, I don't even invite a lot of people into my house. I could love you to death, but I don't have a lot of people in my house. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with my peace. Because I know for me, when I want people to go, I want them to go. And some people don't know how to leave their house quick enough. You know those kind of house guys? I don't want to go off topic. I'm just telling you this for example. Right? When they come over and you want them to go, but they don't get the hint. You start sweeping the floors, washing dishes, folding up the blankets on the couch. And they still sitting there. I don't like that. So people I just don't even invite people over to my house like that. I just don't. Right? My allegiance is to my peace. I will do, honey, before somebody just invited me something earlier. They was like, oh, we're gonna be at so and so. I said, who's gonna be there? They're like, oh, just a couple people. I was like, who? Because I'm not even gonna show up. I'm that girl. If it's just one person in the group I don't want to be around, I'm probably not going to show up. I will be straight up with you, like, hey, boo, let me know when you leave there. Let me know when you leave there. Yeah, let me know when you leave there. They be like, for real, yeah, I'm just finished up some stuff here at the house. So, yeah, just let me know when you leave and we can connect, But, yeah, let me know when you leave. We'll connect one-on-one. Yeah, just let me know. And for the girls who's smart enough, they'll get it. And they're like, okay, cool. It must be somebody here he don't want to deal with. And the girls who dumb like, oh, well, we all going to so-and-so. Well, y'all have a good time. Hit me up when you free tomorrow. When you free. Because I don't want to deal with it. Because I know myself. I can regulate myself enough to give you the little fake when you need it. But that energy pot that I got, it's only but so much in that pot. And when that pot is empty, it's empty, girl. And my thing is this. I'm old enough to not care about how I come across in some moments. I don't be caring. I really don't be caring sometimes. So I know that about myself. So I have to put myself in situations where I don't have to worry about that coming out. Another way to know that somebody is jealous of you, keep this in mind, keep this in mind. Listen to me when I tell you this. How do they respond to your best moments and your worst moments? Let's start with your best moments. You called them up, whatever, to tell them something good that's happened in your life. An accomplishment or anything, it doesn't matter. Do they respond with silence? That's a jealous person. Even if your accomplishment is in something that I really don't fully understand, I'm going to celebrate it. Girl, that's so good. I'm going to be enthusiastic about it. Even if it's not something that I really feel is an accomplishment. Maybe your accomplishment is something that I'm like, oh, that's a big deal. I'm going to be excited at the level that I know you need me to be excited at in order to honor this moment in your life. Why? Because it's not about what I think about it. It's about that you're in my life and I want to make you feel honored within this space and time within your life. Because that's what good human beings do. Right? That's what secure human beings do. So when you're met with silence or some lackluster response, jealousy, no way around it. I don't care if they toe hurt. I had my wisdom teeth pulled out not that long ago, but a week or two ago. My mouth was hurt like hell. Somebody was telling me one of my friends was by here, just sitting with me and everything like that, because I wasn't trying to go nowhere. And he told me some good news that was happening for him. Girl, my mouth was hurting like hell. The painkiller didn't kick in yet. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, that's good, baby. I had the ice pack on my face. That's real good. That's good. Really? That's what's up. Drooling. That's what's up. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's real good. Uh-huh for you. Uh-huh. You see where I'm going with that? Right? Or what's another one? They try to downplay it by playing devil's advocate. That's good, girl, but do you think so and so and so and so? They try to mute it down by trying to poke holes in it. Jealousy. Because why can't this person just exist in it? Somebody tell me, for example, I had this situation happen not that long ago. One of my friends told me that they were buying a house. Now, I work in finance, okay? Don't let the cute face fool you, baby. She's a finance girl. I'm a business girl, okay? We'll talk about that later, okay? But that's what I do for a living, okay? Social media is fun. I love it to death, but I'm a business girl, okay? So anyway, I understand money very well. So anyway, this person was telling me that they have bought a house. And I know how much they make for a living. I also know how much the house costs and everything like that. And I was like, that seems really expensive. That's not a good thing. But it's not my job to be their financial advisor. It's my job to be the friend that they told good news to. So when they said, hey, I bought this house, I'm so excited about we're going to closing in a week or two or whatever. We got approved to go to closing or something like that. What I do, I said, that is so good. Congratulations, baby. Let me see the pictures. Show me the pictures. Oh, this is gorgeous. What color you going to paint this room? This is cute. What color you doing here? Because it's white now, so I know you creative. I know you're going to put some colors in here. Girl, I'm going to lean into the moment. Because this is your life, not mine. Now, if you ask me, do you think this is good or not? Can I get your advice? Because friends will ask me for advice, and then I give it. But I'm not going to be like, girl, you think you can afford that? Because see, sometimes how jealousy shows itself is through well-meaning devil's advocates. Right? Right? They're well-meaning and devil's advocates. You said you don't know their investments, though. No, baby, I know this girl's finances inside and out because she's talked to me about them. In fact, I knew their finances because when they was going through some financial troubles about 6 months back, they talked to me about them. So I know the situation. I get you trying to poke holes in their advice, but girl, no. I know holes. I know the situation in this one. In this one here, I'm like, girl, you can't afford that. Maybe you're not trying to poke holes in advice. I was just saying that. But anyway, I was like, girl. But I ain't say that. Because I'm secure in who I am. And I respect that adults have a right to make decisions that adults have a right to make. And I understand that we all celebrate things differently within our life. And so for me, I'm thinking, oh, wow, what you're about to do is you're celebrating something that's going to be a problem tomorrow. Today's celebration is tomorrow's reason why you can't pay your bills, or tomorrow's reason why you may be in foreclosure. Right? But that's not my job. So pay attention to when you're telling someone good news and they're trying to poke holes in it. Even if the holes they're trying to poke seem legitimate, why can't they let you have your moment? On the flip side, pay attention to the girls who see you when you're in your worst moments in your life. How do they respond to that? Because there's some girls who seen you when you were in better moments and now they're seeing you in difficult moments. How do they respond to that? Because the girl who was jealous of you back then and who still may be jealous of you now, they celebrate your decline. Or they're silent within your pain. You going through hell and back. Do they ever ask how you doing? Even though they know you're going through some shit? Baby, I remember I went through a period in my life. It was real hard. And one of the things I remember most, I never forgot it, baby. I wrote it down just so I could make sure I remember the names. Was the people who asked about me least, but who were well aware of my pain. You live long enough, you're going to go through some painful moments. I've been through several. And I remember the people who were silent within my pain, who were silent within my persecutions. I remember the people who were more content calling me up and talking to me about the mundane details about their life and asking me about the mundane details of my life and never actually asking me, how are you doing? Because God knows I told you I love you before. And if I really do love you, I would care about the fact that you went through hell 5 years ago or you're going through hell today or whatever it may be. How are you doing? Pay attention to the people who are silent within your pain. Now understand this. If you're going through difficulty, People are not going to ask, are not going to be trying to play your therapist, life coach every time they talk to you, because that's draining for them as well, right? So don't think that just because they don't talk to you about your stuff every time they talk to you, that means that they're being silent. I think it's a balance we have to look towards. But people who are really close to you and they know you're going through a difficult time, or remember those people who never asked you anything about it. Remember the people who know that you're going through something difficult and they know who the culprit is, but yet they still remain close to that person. This happens in families a lot. I've seen this a lot. I've seen it, especially on like these posts on here where you'll see people talking about what's happening in family and Thanksgiving and stuff like that, because Thanksgiving just passed. And it which brought this to my mind. I was like, dang, that sounds horrible. Where you're going through something, or maybe you're dealing with a toxic family member who's like really treating you poorly or whatever, who treated you really bad in the past. Maybe they even did something to you in the past. And other family members know about it. But they don't ever speak to you about it. They don't ever come to your defense about it. When you talk about the other person, like, dang, this person's treating me really bad, they just change the subject or stay quiet. That person doesn't support you. They may or may not be jealous of you, but they clearly are not in your corner. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to people who turn your situations into a joke. Where you're telling about something you're going through and they got jokes. Baby, I don't give a damn how humorous you think you are. If you can laugh in the presence of my pain, then you don't exist to me. And what I know is that you're probably jealous of me, which is why you celebrate my pain. Jealousy is not always just the girl or the guy who's envious of you. Jealousy is often the person who is watching to see when your demise happens. They may not actually try to participate in it, but they want a demise for you. Pay attention to that. Pay attention. Pay attention to the girl who always got stuff to say. Always got stuff to say. Right? About when you got somebody new in your life. The girls who's jealous of you for having a man or for having a woman. Always got something negative to say. Always trying to poke holes in it. Jealous. They're jealous. You want me to give you an example? Give me all these lipsticks and kisses. I'll give you an example. That girl who's like, I'm just your friend. I just care about you. And you know, remember you had that bad situation with ex in the past. I'm just trying to protect you. Girl, we grown. You ain't got to protect me. I'm good. If I make a mistake, I'll be all right. But what they really doing is you dating somebody new. Ooh, girl, you like that he treats you like that? Ooh, girl, I don't like him. Girl. She acting she never remembers his name. You dating somebody named Mike. Easiest name on earth. John. Easiest name on earth. But yet every time what's his name doing? Jealousy. They always trying to poke holes and stuff. Jealousy. If you want your relationship to last, never talk about your relationship to a person who's jealous of your relationship. Never talk about your relationship with somebody who has a history of not being supportive of your relationships. Never talk about your relationships with someone who has a history of always trying to remind you of your past relationship mistakes. Never. In fact, don't tell them about it. Do you know there are people in my life who, if they ask about my relationship, I won't tell them anything. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Whether I'm in one or not in one, I don't tell them. I won't tell them anything. Why? Because you have a history of not being supportive of my relationships. You're that friend where when I talk to you about what's going on in my life, you seem to be most happy with me and closest to me when I'm single. And you treat me and or the people I'm in a relationship with poorly when I got one. So no. You single? Yeah, I'm always single, baby. Call me cat lady. Oh my God, when you gonna get a man? Girl, I don't know. Meanwhile, he's sitting right beside me on TikTok. Like, hush. Girl, I don't say nothing. Nothing. And I don't feel guilty about it. Girl, you don't tell me nothing. I do tell you everything. There is a part of me, call it number, just say that it died. Or just call it healthy. Because I'm glad that part of me died. That does not feel compelled or feel guilty or feel in any way responsible to share any part of myself and my life with people who don't have a history with being a positive contributor to my life when they've had information about me. Somebody told me, they asked me some question. This was fairly recently. So I don't even remember what the question was, to be quite honest with you. But they asked me some question. And I said something. I was like, why are you asking? I was polite. I was like, why are you asking? Because this person, I don't dislike him, but I don't like him enough yet. You hear him going? And I'm a Pisces. My reason normally accurate. So if I don't like you enough yet, it is what it is. No shade, no tea. You know, but I said, oh, I'm sorry, why are you asking? What? I said, can you elaborate on why you're asking? I said something like that. And they're like, girl, you always so untrusting. I didn't respond to that. I'm not defending myself. I never defend. Why am I going to defend myself to you? I don't know you. I don't really care about you. I don't care what you think. You're always so untrusting. I was like, but why are you asking? Oh, nothing, girl. Leave it alone. Okay. Anyway, well, it was so good to see you. And hopefully that put them on alert. Don't ask me about nothing else again. You think I'm interested? Think that I'm like Fort Knox. Call me anti-social. Call me whatever you want. I don't want you to ask me nothing again. I don't believe in defending myself. What is it to defend myself about? There are certain spaces where you do need to give an explanation. Maybe in your business, maybe in this, whatever. There are certain spaces where you may need to explain your decision making. Your personal life and your personal choices are not one of them. Someone wants to know something? I'm sorry, what? Can you give me a little bit more context about what you're asking? That's another way to ask, why is this your business? Can you give me a little more context about what you're asking? I just want to make sure I understand. Oh, you're asking about my boyfriend. Was the guy who you saw with my boyfriend the other day? Girl, why are you asking me that? I turned to a joke. Why are you asking me that? Who's so-and-so? Is that your man? Are y'all? I'm not mean about it. I just don't answer. So what's going on with you and so? I saw y'all was blah, 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 blah. I saw y'all down in so-and-so, honey. I heard that y'all was... I'm not answering. Am I under a court order to answer this question? I'm not? No, I'm not? Okay. Has Jesus Christ himself come down and tapped me on the shoulder and said, answer them, my child? He has? Okay. No. So I'm just supposed to answer it because you want to know. Oh. How are you doing? I changed the subject. What's going on with you? Well, let's talk about love lives because you seem to have everything going on with you. So who are you with? Wow. I love it. Good for you. Wow. Anyway, I just got a call. Forgive. I have to head out. I know. I do. This was so good. I love it. So we'll connect again. And I've got so much to share with you. I know. It was so much on my mind today. I couldn't even process everything. But I got some things to share with you. You're going to love it. Always make them think they're going to get more information later. They ain't going to get shit later. And then leave. Dip. But anyway, y'all, I do have to go. I gave y'all this quick message. Be clear about who the jealous people are in your life and get them out of your life. I'm serious about this. There's no room around this. There's no working through this. There's no dealing with a long, what they call them, a long spoon. What y'all call a long handle spoon? They don't have no place in your life. Be done with them. All right, y'all. I gotta go. Bye.